Good evening everyone and welcome to Gundam News. After some very packed weeks, we're having a bit of a slower week this time around, but as I so often say, sometimes it is quality over quantity. And I have some very good news for the Iron-Blooded Orphans fans in the audience. Last week, we got the sad news that the Iron-Blooded Orphans G application will be closing down next year on January the 11th, which means that the Urdr hunt portion of the game, along with its very nice and also newly produced animated cutscenes, will be gone as well. But it seems that we finally managed to unlock a good ending in this timeline of ours. Because on Tuesday, Bandai came out to announce that Urdr Hunt will be made into an animated work, which means that it could be a movie, a TV series, an OVA series, a net animation. We'll have to wait and see what it becomes. But we do have the official trailer, which I will have linked down below, and that is it for the time being. So let's just hope that things go a little bit faster for the anime than they did for the game. As a quick reminder, the game was actually it entered into the planning stages back when the main Iron-Blooded Orphans anime was still in production. So to all the people who supported Urdr Hunt, I salute you because it is thanks to your contribution that we're getting this anime. And more surprising news comes to us from Formula 1. And yes, you heard me correctly. Not Formula 91, Formula 1. Because Bandai Namco of America has entered into a collaboration with Scuderia AlphaTauri for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. For the race, both cars will have liveries featuring the RX-78-2 and the Apparel. 2-meter statues of both of those Gundams will be somewhere in the vicinity, and there will also be 2 pop-up Gundam-based stores. And of course, a collaboration like this also calls for a custom RX-78-2 in AlphaTauri colors. But unfortunately, this custom perfect rate unleashed version isn't gonna go up for sale. It's just for promotional purposes and will be shown off with its custom pedestal at the Grand Prix. And I do think it's crazy that they're not selling this extremely good looking thing. I would expect them to at least sell a limited edition high grade or entry grade in those colors, which is what they did when they sponsored that one Japanese baseball team. And alongside the Gundam, we also get to see the Japanese driver, Yuki Tsunoda, cosplay as Amuro. There's artwork of him in Amuro's standard normal suit and a normal suit in the AlphaTauri colors, and then in the promotional video, which I'll have linked down below, he's wearing a racing suit styled after Amuro's normal suit. Now, they don't mention if he's also going to wear that thing in the race, but it would be cool if he did. And continuing with the Gunpla news, we are getting some more huge news, quite literally, from the Advance of Zeta series. Because on Japanese P Bandai, reservations have begun for the high-grade Gaplant TR5 Shrairu Gigantic Arms Unit, Advance of Zeta Reboot version, and the Gaplant TR5 Shrairu Titan Specifications version, Advance of Zeta Reboot version. The Gigantic Arms Unit goes for 7,150 yen, 47 US, and does have somewhat more to offer than you might think, because it is more than just the old Gaplant with the arms of the old Psycho Gundam stuck on its backpack. For the Gaplant itself, we have a new, more Gundam-esque faceplate, a new bottom to hook it up to a standard action base instead of the proprietary one that was included with the original version, new hands, a cover for the elbows because it no longer uses those boosters, and for the shoulders, even though they look the same, the parts are actually different to better hide the seam lines and to also give them better color separation. And for the gigantic arms, you can now see those trademark Advance of Zeta yellow tubes all over the place. And the fingertips are also actually molded in red. The Gaplant TR5 Fryaru Titan Specifications version, Advance of Zeta Reboot version then, is essentially just those like small incremental upgrades applied to the standard Gaplant. So I guess you could kind of call it a 1.5 or 1.1. With the other differences then of course being that it now sports a Titan's color scheme and also that it is quite a bit more expensive. The original Gaplant, which came with a booster as well, goes for 2,420 yen, 16 US, while this new version, which has no mention of the booster, but does at least still come with an action base, a very simple one though, goes for a whopping 3,630 yen, which is 24 US. And both of these units will come flying your way in February. And to wrap up the Gunpla news, we also got the box art of some of the upcoming Gunplas. The high-grade Shin-burning Gundam with its fancy sword and other effect parts, the SD Gundam Cross Silhouette F Kunoichi Kai, and the master-grade Zaku Cannon Zeta Gundam version, which is a recreation of the old box art, making the entire set even more 80s-like. For the figures then, the biggest news is the Tamashii Nation 2023 event, which will be held from the 17th to the 19th of this month. And as per usual, it's going to be a combination of exhibits of already released figures, new figures that were already announced, and of course, brand new announcements. And the Gundam series that will be stealing the show this time around are Gundam Seed Freedom, Vanilla Gundam Seed, Iron-Blooded Orphans, Witch from Mercury, and Gundam 00, with the latter actually already getting a little teaser. This image of the metal-built G.E.M Arms D. More information will be revealed at the actual event itself. But before the event even starts, from tomorrow until the start of the event, they'll be announcing new figures every day for a total of 22 announcements, which makes you wonder if there's even going to be anything left to announce at the event itself. Oh, and at the event, they'll also be handing out these stickers of Kira and Lacus, the Rising Freedom and Immortal Justice, and Atheron, and a figure posing book to get the best poses out of your figures. From Mega House then, pre-orders opened up for the G.E.M series Tenohira, Suletta-chan, and Miorine-san. Both go for 7,920 yen each, 52 US, and are packed with a lot of anime-accurate charm. Suletta is facing an existential crisis, and Miorine is just chilling at the end of a hard day's work, checking her stocks on her phone. The big selling point, and also their namesake, is that they fit into the palm of your hand, which is typically not how I display my figures because I have more free shelves than I have free hands, but they also come with a special pedestal to put them on, which unfortunately isn't shown, so maybe it's just like a very standard thing with their names printed on it, or maybe it's styled after the surface that they're supposed to be sitting/lying on. And finally, another Gundam Ichiban Kuji set was announced. This time, a crossover between Gundam Seed and Koppu no Fuchiko. Maybe the name doesn't immediately ring a bell, but I'm almost certain that you've seen the figures around. It's like a lady with a deadpan expression and some very interesting/funny poses, and the figures are made to be put on the edge of a glass. This Ichiban Kuji thingy then will be the usual deal. You buy a ticket for 800 yen, 5 US, and you always win something. We don't have the images of the prizes yet, but we do already know what they are. Prize A is a Freedom Gundam X Koppu no Fuchiko figure, which I'm assuming is going to be based on the promotional image that we have. Prize B through D are Fuchiko-esque figures of Kira, Atheron, and Lacus respectively. Prize E is a glass with a famous scene, which I'm guessing is going to be parable with the figures from Prize B through D. Prize F is a hand towel, G is a frame stand, and the H prize, or the consolation prize, is an acrylic keychain. And if you buy the last ticket, you'll also get a color variant of that Freedom Gundam X Koppu no Fuchiko figure. And the set will be releasing in mid-March. And for the music aficionados, but wait, Cats from Alexandros will be releasing on vinyl on December the 20th. It goes for 5,445 yen, which is around 40 US, and includes 11 songs, one of which being Senko, the theme song for the first Hathaway's Flash movie. Meanwhile, on the gaming front, in the English version of UC Engage, the prologue of Pesce Montagne or Montagne has become available, and it'll of course feature the amazing looking custom Luna tank. And alongside of it, the high mobility Psychomi Systems Aku and Pesce herself have become available as ultra rares. In Gundam Battle Operation 2 for the PlayStation, the Jagan cannon joins the fun, and something that I forgot to mention last week is that on November the 30th, PlayStation Stars will be adding a Gundam Battle Operation 2 digital collectible. In other news then, starting tomorrow, the Gundam Seed HD remasters will be available for free on Gundam.info's YouTube channel. Gundam will be present at the 2023 International Robot Exhibition on December the 1st, with one of their presentations being about creating a sustainable future. So I really wish I could be there because I would love to hear how NFTs factor into all of this. The Mobile Suit Girl of the week then is the rear of the Zeong Girl, and over at the Gundam Factory Yokohama, special tours will be held for guests that stay the night at select hotels on the 2nd and 9th of December. Participating hotels will be on screen right now, and the official website will be linked down below. As part of the package, guests will be able to attend a special presentation about the moving Gundam. They'll get a special Gunpla package containing the original 1/144 scale RX-78-2 and the moving RX-78-2 with the hanger in a special box. They'll be able to stay 15 minutes after closing time, and on the next day, they'll be able to enter 30 minutes earlier. As for the things you could get this week then, on Monday, online sales of the goods from the Witch from Mercury pop-up store began on Japanese P Bandai. And there were a lot of different things, being acrylic boards, acrylic stands, can badges, keychains, mini tapestries, clear files, t-shirts, wristbands, ballpoint pens, the ever-iconic tomato cultivation kit, and smartphone cases. But of course, only for the iPhone 13 and 14, because this is Japan that we're talking about. And for this week's reading material, the 17th chapter of Gundam Sequel was released for free online, linked down below, and pre-orders went live for the Yamane Kimitoshi production artworks Sunrise Edition, also linked down below. And just like the rest of the news then, this week's Gundam apparel news is also on the lighter side. Yesterday, pre-orders on Bankore opened up for the Gundam Seed Freedom beauty items. There's a hair cap for 2,200 yen, around 15 US, a face towel for 2,310 yen, which is also around 15 US, a vanity pouch for 4,070 yen, 27 US, and a hair clip for 770 yen, 5 US. All of which will be helping you apply your makeup in January. And then today, pre-orders went up for the Tekadon Leather Item Accessories Collection, featuring a long wallet for 20,900 yen, 139 US, a bifold wallet for 17,600 yen, 117 US, a key case for 12,100 yen, 80 US, and a business card case or pass case for 11,000 yen, 73 US. and all of these items will be releasing in March. And with that, it is already time to have a look at the polls. November the 23rd is Labor Appreciation Day in Japan, so combined with the Gundam Seed Freedom movie, Gundam.info wants to know which character from Gundam Seed you want to appreciate the most. And the top runners so far will not surprise you at all. On both the Twitter version and the main website version of the poll, Maru Romius has a commanding lead. I wonder why. Second place then goes to Nataral, who wasn't really all that appreciated in universe, so I guess that might have played a role in people like wanting to vote for her to appreciate her out of universe. And then in third place we have Murdoch, the ever reliable mechanic, and in last place we have Erica Simmons. At first this kind of surprised me, but then when I thought about it, I guess it also kind of makes sense because from what I can remember, she did and also achieved the least on screen. But if you want to cast your vote, I will of course have the links down below. And that has been all for this week's Gundam News. As always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope everyone watching has a great evening, and I'll see you all next week with more Gundam News.